the topic. This is something like thought leadership, which was there at the back of my mind. The technology has become very rugged. If you things, at least information technology has become very rugged, and breakdowns are much fewer. So the question is, what makes it different? How can a bank or a financial organization build an agility to move from one solution to another? For example, if a bank buys a core banking system, it's there for 10-15 years, okay, there's a fixed cost. But if the regulation changes or the business changes, it's almost impossible for a bank to move to another CBS if the need requires, or to shift to another anti-money laundering system. Or if a vendor of an IT company is not able to provide the right kind of service, then to shift from that IT company to some other IT company. Or if the RBI regulation calls for something, that calls for some change. So, financial organizations need to be dynamic, need to be agile, at a reasonable cost. We cannot keep throwing money at any problem. So the question in my mind was always at a very broad level, not pertaining to any technology or regulation or anything. Broadly, how can an organization be more agile and not have a resilience problem? So I'm connecting agility with resilience and get the best of both, get the best of agility, the best of resilience, keeping out the problem of things failing. It is change which is driving the need and not failure. A fundamental change. Because I myself am an IT engineer. I know how fragile IT used to be in the earlier days. Now the technology is matured and I'm not saying it's perfect, but it is much more mature. So if suddenly there's a customer demand for something, there's $1 billion say from Flipkart, or Diwali festival is coming, or some new technology. AI is causing, for example, if there is a surge in cyber attacks, then how can an organization carry on business and not saying, no, I don't have enough compute, or I don't have the model to fight this kind of deep fake or whatever. So broadly, this is the issue that I was thinking of. So we'll hear from our panelists. And just introduce yourself briefly.
My name is Vijay Kumar Ramakrishna. I've got 31 years of experience mostly into banking. So I've done CIO, CTO and CEO Tech in Deutsche Bank Service Center, then CTO Yes Bank, CIO Bandhan Bank, CTO Clicks Capital. Now, June 1st onwards, I've joined the first oldest private sector bank of India, City Union Bank. We started in 1904. So I joined as a Chief Technology Officer, heading the complete IT and reporting to ED.
I am Dr. Arvind and I am the CISO and Global Head for XBS Tech Ventures. We call it XBT. So I am a certified auditor, fortunately and unfortunately for the clients. When I audit, I used to have controls, frameworks and other stuff. So I am happy to be doing the COPS job, but still we need to refine, as you rightly said. We are modernized, we are standardized, but closer to perfect, but not perfect. So my job is to make sure that whichever client we are serving, and make sure the compliance posture, the GRCs, the security audit, ISMS audit is at least close to the mark, which forgettably somebody who's like people like Vijay and other people sensible, they are understanding the criticality of the security. And slowly we are stepping into resilience part as well. So right now I'm happy doing my part, and let's see, we make the nation secure more.
Let's have an introduction, Abhishek.
Hi, my name is Akhilesh Ganesh. I am a director with tech strategy and transformation practice at Deloitte. Starting out their 3 to 5 year roadmap, what should they be doing in terms of their architecture? What are the kind of skill sets that they need? So I'm a career consultant and to be part of this discussion.
Great, thank you so much. Shall we start with you, Vijay?
Yeah, thanks. So I think the first thing you rightly put up about agility, right? So being a 125-year-old bank, we are very conservative, right? So we don't expose any applications to interact. If you are having a laptop to access all the applications on the thing, we have to go through the VPN, right? So it's very highly conservative stuff. And now it's the agility comes from the mindset, right? Like I was having one of the IT strategy committee of the board where the IT says that your mobile banking app is not agile, right? Now everyone is nice. He says my mother is 85 years old. She likes Google Pay. The other director says me and my wife doesn't want to go to Google Pay. We hate all mobile banking applications, right? So it has to be like the Google Pay standard. So our technology, my team says that we have built the world's best design applications which takes 10 seconds to load, 10 seconds to go to dashboard. I said nobody cares about your design, your dashboard. It has to be to the level of Google Pay standards. So I have to bring that agility mindset. कि नहीं हम लोग सब कुछ एक साथ दे देंगे. It has to be API call, right? People love Google Pay because number of clicks are very low. Even the board, all the board members. So agility is into mindset. That the mindset which has to be very agile. And second thing is that it need not be costly, right? Like we did a design change, we got all the dashboard back, we made an API call and we brought it down to around 3 to 4 seconds, still not matching Google Pay standard, but we are still working on it. It's only because I brought the agility mindset. I just joined June 1st, so I don't have a mental baggage of 32 years. I just absorb what board members want, what customers want, right? And new CTO has come from RBL, so he wants entire journey to be digital. The lending journey end to end to be digital. The car and SaaS journey to be digital. For any account opening, our sales officer has to go 3 times, and our sales officer not from IIMs, they are from tier 3 colleges, right? So it has to be idiot proof. So I'm just introducing guys like Neuron and Fitbox, where simply you upload a document, just go with the mobile phone, upload a document, it will auto read it, it will fetch it, the entire 90 or 95% of the document will be pre-filled, only 5% you have to enter, and e-signature to be done. Maximum, as per the RBI mandate, you have to in-person physically meet, that will happen once. So we are working towards the agility mindset where ease of use and easing the ease of use for the customer, ease of use for our sales officer because it has to be fast, right? The competition is very high. So we are not increasing the cost and getting it faster. Means everything is like AI built, Fillbox is AI built layer with OCR reading, all the documents get uploaded, document classified, pre-filled, and 90% is done. So it makes life easy for my advanced sales officer and liability sales officer, and it makes easier for the customer also that he doesn't have to provide OTP multiple times and only one signature at the end of the day. That's the transformation we're working at. Now coming to rightly, sir, you put up that resiliency. So the resiliency which I've seen, like we are like in the banking says, our DR is equal to DC, and we have to have NDR was around 10 minutes. We said no, we'll bring it to near zero. So I was talking to one of your data center partners. So I said that no, I have to change the NDR, bring it. I want a typical thing that earthquake zone that should be one level difference, but it should be within the 30 minutes of the 30 kilometers of dark mode fiber cable, and we will join and we are in a transition mode of changing 5 to 6 applications. For example, our DR application Xenobi is not working, right? And the perpetuity is number 1, so we are exploring that. IDAM, what we take Archon failed badly, so we are just going ahead with this IDAM form we have given to ID5. So this, we are making 5 to 6 applications in the net banking and mobile banking of features was very slow. So we moved over to IX. So we are moving agility can be done on the peripheral applications, it has to be fast. And good thing is that 1824, like Newgen couldn't do X thing, so we have moved out of Newgen to ID5 for the customer journey, the clients out on the So peripheral applications, it is as the $1 billion thing goes real fast. So we are 18 months, 24 months, the peripheral applications we have you are changing to the best money. But obviously the core banking is there for last 25 years, we are not going to touch the core banking things. But the peripheral applications to remain resilient and with giving the respect that our client is 135-year-old bank, the first private sector bank of India. So we are slowly and swiftly changing the mindset, changing the people mindset, changing the processes, to getting the new ITL processes, the CAP processes, the architecture review board, introducing all the architecture review board, change advisory board, and incident ITL processes, incident management, change capability, availability management, and all those things. Because traditional banking things. So that's how people, process and technology tools we are changing the applications which are not resilient. And environment, where we are getting more, now we are working towards making a cost charge back to the business. So we are creating that set which I learned in Deutsche Bank, that application owner is not IT. IT is only a facilitator. So we have created the fourth module, information officer. Owner is the relevant user function owner. BSO is one level delegate. ITPM is IT guy, and CISO is the CISO is the one who is responsible for the security of the application. So that change is coming, agility is coming in terms of changing people mindset, processes, getting it more global standardization, and technology changing the peripheral applications, getting more global standard, agile applications, and environment, delivering it on time, cost, quality, time. So that's the sense of urgency we are bringing in, with the ask of the board and the customer and IMD to become more agile, more ease of use, and more proactive. So three words I got to what expectation of the board and the customer is: proactive, that is agile, and ease of use. These are three things which we are working towards now. Thank you.
You really expanded on my thinking and understanding about this whole agility piece and our traditional bank is really pushing it forward. And the whole agility is about time not being there. It is about speed of change, speed of transformation. Let's hear from our other panelists. Who would like to go next?
Okay. Firstly, I think it's a great topic because there is an inherent tension in between the two groups we typically call build, right? The CTO function which builds quickly, prototypes, develops. They want to use more agent, AI-led development to push code faster. And the protect organization, which is typically the CISO organization, which looks at how do we protect our assets, how do we make it more secure, how do we think about resiliency, which is like the more adult kind of a thing, and the other one is more of the Gen Z, right? So, that's how I see it. And give you a couple of examples, right? So we are working with some of the large banks, and we are helping them build something from scratch for loan recovery. Now the board, the business, the CTO, everybody wants it faster. Can we have 2-week cycles, sprints? Can we push it faster? So everybody, the vendor, the consultant, everybody is trying to do this. But then it goes on to the last leg, which is the security. There, the 2 week of development takes 3 weeks to test, right? So there is an agility problem that we need to fix organizationally. It's not just the people, the coders, the putting AI to do the build, but also how do you rethink the operating model itself, right? So rather than typically today, I think all of you will appreciate that we have a stage gate approach to pushing new features into the thing, which is not wrong, which is what we have come to, right? But fundamentally, we have to think about how do we left shift some of the security, some of the aspects which are doing the protect and the resilience aspects down to the developer. So that also means cross-skilling between the two organizations and also sharing KPIs. Now, does a CISO have a go-to-market KPI? Not necessarily, right? So does a CTO have a resilience KPI? Not necessarily. So that's where I think we need to shift to really achieve the resilience that and the agility that
is initial word mindset comes to mind, because I think that's where the solution lies.
So it really hurts, right? When your friend from Chennai comes and says security will be the last leg, keeping a CISO next to him. That really seriously hurts. He's from Chennai also, from my city. Okay. See, I just in a lighter note. Okay, see, if you go deep into it, right? I just start this with all the audit I do. See, our country is a beautiful country. It has Bharat, right? It has 3 aspects. One is Bha, Ra, and Tha. Bha means the feel, Bhava. Ra means Raha, the tune. And Tha means Thala, the rhythm. When you set the right Bhava, right, I just relate to our ecosystem. Bhava is nothing but a framework. Right, Ajay? Ajay is a framework.
Okay.
The tune is nothing but the governance you have on the framework. And Thala is nothing but the resilience.
Wow.
The primary. So if you have this Bhava, Raga and Thala intact, I think your life is a beautiful melody. The same thing which I relate to my digital ecosystem, right? Framework is not something I suggest because I like it. Framework is something which is needed to that ecosystem. right? If I'm putting some hard framework, see that's why even with the regulations, you have HIPAA for insurance, you have GDPR for data, DPDPA for data, ISO for process. So it means even though regulations are there, but they are having a different set of controls for different set of verticals.
Right.
That's exactly I really want to showcase that when you're putting framework, is like you see that what is needed in the ecosystem. It doesn't mean that hey, I have AI capability. Let's start doing the innovation. Innovation is happening every week. Right? In your whole body, if your leg is alone growing, it's not health, it's a disease. Correct? My innovation is there, which is very much aligned to the business, which is being handled by a proper framework, which has a proper team governs it. If anything happens, resilience is also in place. This is how we have to see the whole ecosystem, right? See, the only digital system or the safest digital system, you know what it is? Safest digital system. Anybody? I bet you are wrong. Trust me. It's a CISO talking. That which is switched off. Agreed? But it is not it meant for. We agree, yes. When I am challenging any breach, okay, how I plan the resilience? It's the technology versus technology, right? I am using what? I am doing LLM modules for my security operations. The same dark web people also is doing. In fact, they are doing better. I'm sorry to say this. So it means that technology versus technology is the real lesson there. So you have to make sure that right from the framework, as he said, shift left, put security in measure. अगर मैं इसको AC मॉड्यूल में कर रहा हूँ, I may expect these kind of breaches here. So you start the Resilience Act there. And trust me, how many company has primary and DR, which is very much exactly the same. यहाँ पे नहीं, यहाँ पे याद रख के बोलिए. Correct? No. That's where real. See, when you started doing this, I think your commercial value automatically will have a proper investment plan. So it means like the company or any vertical, even IoTs is coming, right? I just give one use case, okay, with AI, where agile framework and so in an English county, they use an AI bot to measure how many kilometers the ball traveled on the field during the match, 45 minutes. They did. And it got failed brutally. I'll tell you why. They given the AI is nothing but your data, right? They given few use cases saying that it will be having round, it's shiny, it's white, and it will move from left to right and all these use cases. And they got the input which was not even matching. It says some 21 kilometers. You know what? The umpire was boiled. White, round, shiny. So now who is the AI is the problem? No, technology is not a problem. You having handled the technology with limited number of knowledge, thinking that you want to achieve something is the problem. So I'm just giving you the use case. Having said that, in Tamil Nadu, from where I came, one eye hospital, near Madurai, 17-18 kilometers from the Madurai, there was one party, Nani, right? The same use case, what happened, she never got her eye checkup done in Madurai city because she have to travel for 50-60 kilometers. They have a local ambulance guardian who have the mobile ambulance there with the optical equipments and other stuff. They had the number and everything has been stored. She doesn't need to come to hospital. This compounder came, got the use case, and he got default AI-based case study. He gave medicine and her cataract has been rectified. Same example. Right? By 70 years she can't travel 50-60 kilometers. But two different cases. How we use it. It's up to us. So, like I said, Baba Raga Tala. Make sure your framework, which is agile, set in a correct grammar, which is very much mapped to a business objective, not because of your own capability. And put your proper governance right from your setting the business requirement. And then resilience, yes. Manna padega, yes. Even though I have all the best tools and products in our company, which we does, we are going to get attacked. There are three companies. One, you are already attacked. Number two, you are going to get attacked. Number three, you already attacked, still you don't know.
You don't know you have been attacked. Correct.
So I rest my case with that. I think I have answered both this.
That is interesting. The idea of putting governance not at the end but in the beginning is perhaps a very, and it's an eye opener actually for to handle all kinds of challenges. It's literally a mindset change, I think. That governance is not treated as security as a thing, but it's a much more holistic and
I
comprehensive.
have a counter view. Not
Okay.
counter view, I think a co-op view. Because I'm not part of the CISO community,
Fair enough.
but I do interact.
Yes.
So, my challenge has been in all of these interactions is that the CISO framework is not agilely evolving to accept new technologies. And I have use cases that with the institution that I work with, if Oracle and Microsoft have been certified and RBI does not have a view about that, I can't deploy Postgres. It's a database. While Infosys has deployed Postgres for income tax computations for this country.
Right.
Okay. So at one point of time, you think that's safe. But deploying that for an application that I've deployed, that I am telling the institution that I'll manage, you can certify it, this is your InfoSec policies. But still, there is no acceptance because CISO has said it is not approved. But have they done any testing? Have they proof tested that the encryption methodology that Postgres has does not meet the encryption column level encryption methodology that Microsoft has? No, there is no certification.
Okay.
So this also needs to change because end of the day, the CISO approves the deployment of the application. The CISO approves because that's the stall group which was talking about. Right? So we also need to have that evolution of mindset that as technology keeps evolving and new type of technology keeps on coming in, there has to be a testing independently that has to be happening so that these technologies are certified. We can't live with something that was certified 10 years back because the world is changing every day.
That's why it's good to have a non-CISO kind of guy look at it from that angle.
Controls are not getting involved.
So the world is changing rapidly. The bottom line is that everyone is getting affected. And there is a positive effect and there is a negative effect. And you cannot prioritize one over the other. One has to look at it holistically. As to what happens. I think we're running, do we have time for more questions? What are we on time? 5 minutes? Okay. So we can have questions from our audience here. Please identify yourself and for whom your question is. I'm surprised that the questions of my mind have opened up such a vast framework of ideas and thinking. No, I guess people are. So actually, we are at the cusp of the awards function. So people are really now focused on getting the award.
Keep the CISOs happy. I think the fight. I think you came.
Are you signing my budget? That's the what you think CISO always says.
CISOs keep crying that the IT budget the InfoSec budget should be 5 to 10%. So this time we made it 15% in my plan. So keep the CISO happy. Because I learned from my boss because he stepped up from CIO to become an ED because he was CISO and IS.
My founder was there till lunch. He left. And you gave this line now.
Yes.
Yeah, we
I just say that we used to call the most important thing is run the bank or run the business. The first topmost priority. Second is secure the bank or secure the business. Third is grow the bank or grow the business. Fourth is change the bank or change the business, and fifth comes new to bank or new to business. The new should happen 10 or 15% and all. So what has happened? I saw that few of the CXOs heads rolling. So what has happened? That STP and RTP have become parallel, equal. Hence, एक तो चलाओ और safely चलाओ और securely चलाओ नहीं तो you will not survive. So now it is run the bank, run plus secure the bank has come as a number one priority. Then comes grow the bank and then secure the, then change the bank and or transform the bank. And new to the bank.
Especially on the BFS side. it came
Yes,
out.
it's in the BFSI side. I think that, and no, I just met up with a few of the entrepreneurs into the textile engineering. So they were hiring that. They were saying, sir, if you have CISO profile, we want to know. I said, "Apne textile mein kyun chahiye? Well, sir, our designs are very important. Designs get stolen. So if the design gets stolen, the maneuvers and other companies are, there's a lot of competition. People do backward integration and forward integration. So there's a lot of competition. If the design gets stolen, then there's a huge loss. So they are also appointing CISOs to ensure that the design doesn't get stolen.
Wow.
So right now it's
More opportunity for you.
Just one thing I like to add on a lighter note. So agility is not a new concept, right? So if you look at global banks, they were talking about it 10, 15 years back. And that's where the Scrum and the Agile and all of that.
Yes.
And how we have adopted it in India is we have taken the Scrum meetings and some of these ceremonies, as they call it, right? Stand-ups and all that. But we have overlaid that on top of our existing waterfall model. So, and we have called it hybrid agile. There's another name to it in which is called fragile. So don't be fragile at the cost of being agile. So,
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes, I will ask you Roger. So I'm Ravi Shari, I'm Sadi advisor for
Can we have the mic here?
tech companies with the Asia Pacific as well as Middle East. Now, with the Data Privacy Act coming very strongly with the huge fines and penalties across the globe, your personal thoughts on, can a CISO handle the profile of a data privacy officer? Or, according to you, we need two different profiles? See, I was heading compliance and audit together, and then suddenly they said, audit is the third line of defense, you can't handle both, and then I had to move out. They said option is left to use, or my CEO preferred me to be a compliance guy, and then, now this coming into place, whether a CISO and a data privacy officer, you prefer to have two different things, or one person can handle both?
I think that's a great question. So naturally, what has happened is this data privacy related topic has gone to the CISO because they are in the job of protecting data and assets. But data owner is actually not IT or CISO. Data owners are business. Technically, the data protection officer should be someone in the business, while the mechanisms to do the protection can come from IT and from the processes and the systems that IT kind of enables. So that's what we.
I just want to add that. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, just add to that, we are launching our own concept platform with guidance from METI. So the DPO is to be owning the data of the principal. So they cannot be the same person who owns the security framework of the fiduciary. So they're two different people. There will always be a conflict of interest. So DPO, as per METI, has to be a different person other than the CISO because the boundaries are.
Ultimately, it has to be. But it's the transition period that is.
Data protection, I just did a lot of analysis with my old Deutsche Bank, Goldman Sachs, the friends in US. So data protection has gone to legal, supported by IT experts and InfoSec experts, because data protection requires a lot of legal knowledge, because they have to protect the bank or the business. So data protection officer, mainly now in our bank also we have got a legal person to support the data protection. So that is going to be a separate role. It cannot be merged with CISO. So we are coming up, but that person needs to have a legal knowledge. So better the legal knowledge gets into data protection, because there will be a lot of defamations and all those things will be coming up, the cases and all those things. So data protection has to be a separate role with legal expertise.
Okay, let's quickly conclude this. Thank you all panelists.